God bless Nigeria. Thank you. Thank you, distinguished shareholders, directors. My name is Mandela Gok, who's the company secretary. The chairman of the board of directors is indisposed, will not be able to join us for this meeting. So to further the course of this meeting, the directors present will have to elect one among themselves to be the chairman of the meeting. This is in line with Article 55 of the Companies Articles of Association and Section 265 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act of 2020. I therefore kindly request that the directors here present elect one from among them to be chairman of the meeting.
Good morning, distinguished shareholders. My name is Phoebe Anifadi. I hereby move that Barrister Okechukwu Omezi be elected the chairman of this meeting.
Do we have a seconder?
Good morning, distinguished shareholders, and compliments of the season to you. My name is Anibo Praga, and I hereby second the motion electing Barrister Okechukwu Omezi as the chairman of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, directors. With the chairman of the meeting having been elected, I shall hand over the proceedings to him. Over to you, Chairman.
Good morning, everybody. I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve as the chairman of this meeting. I believe that we'll be able to do the business of the day quickly and briskly, and we'll fulfill the reason why we came. It's my pleasure that I welcome you to the extraordinary general meeting of the company, which I now, in my position as the acting chairman, declare open. Now, a few points that we should note. As we intend to have a full recording of this meeting, there will be roving microphones connected to a tape recorder and amplifying equipment that are in use so that everyone present should be able to hear what is being spoken. I will therefore request that those seconding motions before the meeting or asking questions should speak clearly into the microphone, which an official will pass to them. Before speaking, kindly commence by stating your name. You will have an opportunity to second each motion put to the meeting. There will be ample opportunity for questions. I will ask each questioner to please be brief to give others a chance to ask questions. The directors will be available after the meeting to discuss any further points with you if you wish. In order to facilitate the counting of your votes, please raise your admission form when you vote. I also wish to appeal that for the sake of an orderly meeting, that you please turn off your mobile telephone handsets. Thank you. I would like to quickly introduce very briefly the board of directors and other officials on this side of the gathering. To my immediate left,
Good morning, sir. My name is Robert Ibekwe. I'm a shareholder. Sir, of course, we have a family meeting, and I appreciate the fact that this meeting should be very brief. And what we have here is a hall. And the high table is not as high as some of us from the other ends may observe. I plead, sir, even if it means for a while, for them to see you first, then you sit down. I would have loved the chairman to stand up, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Noted, sir.
Ibekwe Robert is my name.
Noted, Mr. Robert. Noted. Your observations are well noted. Let me stand up briefly so that you can see my face. You can see my face now. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Grateful, sir. So to my immediate left is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Benjamin Nwezigwe. You will observe that last time we came during the AGM, he was acting, and one of the members, one of the shareholders requested that he should be confirmed. We're glad to say that he has been duly confirmed. After him, to my left, is Mrs. Fibian Ifeadi, the Executive Director of Corporate Services. To my extreme right is Mr. Adibo Kraga, is a non-executive director. To my immediate right is Mr. Mandela Gokus, the company secretary, legal advisor. Okay, joining us virtually are three other directors: Mrs. Godri Obeche, a non-executive director; Mrs. Dr. Akinwade Ademosu, an independent executive director; and Mr. Emmanuel Omoichine, a non-executive director of the company. They are joining us virtually. Hallelujah. My humble self, I am Barrister Oke Omezi, an independent non-executive director and the chairman of this meeting. To the right and the left of the directors are the company's advisors who will be assisting for the proceedings. To my right is Mrs. Kelechi Azubike Luke, representing Security and Exchange Commission. Mrs. Antonia Eme represents NGX regulation, and she's joining us virtually. We do not have any representative from the Corporate Affairs Commission joining us for this meeting. To my far right on the floor is Mrs. Mary Adeleye. Far left, sorry, Mrs. Mary Adeleye, representing Greenwich Registrars and Data Solutions Limited, registrars of the company. Joining us virtually are Mr. Ayodeji M. Ojo, Assistant Director, and Mr. Patrick Chinwuba Naji, Manager, Audit and Assurance in the firm of Deloitte and Touche. Immediately to my left on the floor are the shareholders. Is the right? Immediately to my right on the floor are the shareholders, members of the Audit Committee, Engineer M.O.T. Olaiwola Tobu, who is the chairman, Mr. Omokayode O. Adekunle, member of the Audit Committee, and Mrs. Odushote A. Olatuboso. Let's put our hands together for them. I will now call on the secretary to read the notice convening the meeting.
Thank you, Chairman. Notice is hereby given that an extraordinary general meeting of Eterna Plc will be held on Thursday, 29th December 2022 at the Wheat Baker, 4 Onitolo Road, Ikiti, Lagos, at 11 a.m. prompt to transact the following businesses. Special business: to consider and, if thought fit, to pass the following resolutions as special resolutions of the company. 1, that in compliance with Section 124 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAMA 2020, and Regulation 13 of the Companies Regulations 2021, the shareholders hereby authorize and approve the cancellation of 1,676.5 divided into 295,855,353 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each, being the total number of unissued ordinary shares in the share capital of the company. 2, that the directors be and are hereby authorized to enter into and execute agreements, deeds, notices, and relevant documents, take all such lawful steps as may be required by statute and all regulations, give such directions as may be necessary or incidental, and appoint such professional parties, consultants, and advisors as may be required to comply with the directives of the regulatory authorities. 3, that portion to the cancellation of all the unissued shares in the share capital of the company in accordance with Resolution 1 above, Clause 6 of the Memorandum of Association. Clause 6 of the Memorandum of Association of the company be and is hereby deleted in its entirety and replaced with the following. The share capital of the company is 652,072,223 naira 50 kobo divided into 1,304,144,647 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. 4, that portion to the cancellation of all the unissued shares in the share capital of the company in accordance with Resolution 1 above. Article 3 of the Articles of Association of the company be and is hereby deleted in its entirety and replaced with the following. The share capital of the company is 652,072,323 naira 50 kobo divided into 1,304,144,647 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. 5, that the sections of the repealed CAMA 1990 cited in the Memorandum and Articles of Association of the company be and are hereby replaced with the relevant sections in the CAMA 2020. 6, that the directors be and are hereby authorized to do all such acts, deeds, matters, and things as the board may deem necessary to give effect to the aforementioned resolutions of the company. 7, that all acts carried out by the board of the company hitherto in connection with the above be and are hereby ratified. By order of the board, Mandela Gokus, Company Secretary / Legal Advisor. Proxy. Thank you. Would the shareholders want me to go on to read the explanatory memorandum, or should we take it as read? Thank you. So at this point, I would hand over the proceedings to the chairman.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, board and directors. Because we want to speed the meeting, please, I would also like us to have an opening prayer. I know we're all Christians here. Yes, we can't have a meeting without prayers. Prayers are important. Please, we should have an opening prayer to commence this meeting.
Noted.
And for the record, my name is Jibuno Godfrey Uche. I'm National Youth Leader, Shareholder Association of Nigeria.
Noted. Very well noted. Thank you. This meeting, the special business sought to be conducted and the explanatory memorandum thereof have been laid before you. It's now left for me to give you ample opportunity to ask questions. I'd like to appeal to each questioner to be brief in order to give others a chance to ask questions. It will help if you would refer to the page of the meeting document to which your question relates. Each questioner should please give his or her full name before the roving microphone and state his or her question clearly and slowly. Yes, sir.
the chairman of this meeting, board of directors, regulatory authorities here present, my colleagues, esteemed shareholders, good morning. My name is Matthew Akinlade, President of Noble Shareholders Solidarity Association. First of all, I want to say that we clearly understand the need for this meeting because you have a target date of 31st of December to resolve the issue of unissued capital. My only concern is our approach to it because we have witnessed a number of other companies who have dealt with the same issue. I know that the shares unissued that you want to cancel today, you might have paid some stamp duty on it. And immediately we cancel it, we lose that money we have expended on it. A number of other companies, the approach to it was to use it to give bonus to their shareholders. And if tomorrow you want to raise another capital, you can restructure it. You can reduce the capital to give you headroom to issue shares in the future. But I know the board might have sat down and consider all issues pertaining to this. I'm just saying this for the future. You have called this meeting, we are going to support you, but let's note that for the future. One other thing I want to mention is to congratulate this company. Because when I knew yesterday I'd be coming to this meeting, I have to look at the SGX portal and look at your 9 months results. And I marveled at the performance. I think I want to congratulate the new people who have taken over this business, that you are really performed excellently well. I look at revenue went up about 50%, and gross profit by 44%. And even when we look at the bottom line, profits after tax went up by 245%, from 416 million to 1.4 billion. It's an excellent performance. It's great. Please, let's keep it up and let's look forward to higher performance in the future. This year, 2022, Eterna Oil didn't pay dividends. This year is ending in some few days' time, and I know I haven't done excellently well in the first 3 quarters. Your fourth quarter too will follow the same trend. We are looking forward to you to good performance and return, especially dividend, to some of us who rely more or less entirely on our past investments to keep living. Please don't disappoint us. We want excellent dividends. We know that your earning per share as a third quarter is 1 naira 10 kobo, as against 32 kobo of the previous year. 1 naira 10 kobo, if you pay 50% of that as dividends, and it's not going to remain 1 naira 10 kobo for the end of the year. Probably you are going to go to 1 naira 50 kobo. Please, let's give excellent dividend. God bless you. I wish you Happy New Year and success in the coming years. Thank you.
Next question, sir.
Mr. Chairman, sir, distinguished directors, fellow shareholders, my name is Sir Sonny Nwosu, National Coordinator Emeritus, Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, in line with what the first speaker contributed to this issue, I just want to let you know that cancellation will actually put a lot of pressure on some of those that canceled to pay better dividend to shareholders. One of the results that has come out now is Vitafoam that is paying ₦1.52. They have canceled, but the fact remains that the benefit we are going to derive from this cancellation is a better dividend to shareholders. So whether you like it or not, we are suffering. The cancellation imposed some level of suffering on shareholders. But the fact remains that when government is taking decision on issues, they don't consider the poor masses. They just take decision. Otherwise, the decision on KAMA 2020 has a painful aspect in it to shareholders. So it is left for directors. Look at what happened in Nigerian breweries. They have good thinking and they have very right sense of humor on shareholders. They haven't paid an interim dividend of 40 kobo. They still went ahead and gave us bonus for 1 for 4. You know, to that cushions down the pains we are going through in the capital market. It is the shareholders that suffer from the wrong decisions of the capital market, not even directors, because good or bad, you go home with your director's fee. It is shareholder, our own director's fee is the good dividend that is paid. We want, just like I was telling Benjamin that he's having a shootout tummy as managing that he must have drank crude oil or the other. So we want the directors to sit down and think positively about shareholders. It's very, very important. I was telling Mandela when I came in, I said, God, Ogwechi and I suffer from investment we made in a mining company. We suffer because we are traveling hundreds or thousands of miles to go to the headquarters, which is being managed by one vice admiral, vice marshal. We suffer so much on that mining. I am always with him when we go there because I also have investment in that mining industry. But then, whatever the directors tells us is what we believe because we are not part of the management. So in this case, we are appealing to you to take a right decision. Consider the shareholders, just like the first speaker said. We are all retirees. I am also a retiree. Apart from that, we challenge it. So I need my dividend to take care of my body and soul. So we pray that God will give you the wisdom to think positively about shareholders. It's very important. So I also want to support this scheme, you know, because there's nothing we can do about it. You already have big shareholders through the poll, whether we like it or not, but we will speak, whether good or bad, we will speak. So we are now telling you that your decisions should be right on us. Please think very well. They say good thinking, good product. Think very well before you take decisions about shareholders. The man who sang a song will be celebrating 90 years. And it depends on his dividend to keep body and soul until when the time comes. You know. So I will join my colleague and others to support this scheme, but please take a right decision from time to time about shareholders. We are not beggars. We invested to have a return from our investment. Don't see us as beggars. You know, please, it's very important. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you. Come here. Hello, ma. Yes, we'll get back to you, sir.
My chairman, sir, distinguished board members, and my fellow shareholders. I want to start by thanking everybody here present today. My name is Emmanuel Ibuahazia. Sorry for missing that. Yeah, Ibuahazia for missing that track. I want to start by thanking everyone here present today and to go straight to the point. My chairman, sir, I went through this document as a layman, and the item for today's meeting is cancellation of unissued shares. When I went through, what I saw here were the existing shares, the outstanding shares. I did not see, to my understanding, the share that was cancelled. So for benefit of some of us who might be learned, who might not be learned enough, I think it's important to point it out. Thank you.
Noted, sir. Noted, sir. Please, let's to the one on gray hair, yes. Thank you. We'll take as much as we can take. We may not take everybody, but we'll take as much as we can take.
The interim chairman and the chairman for this meeting. My name's Nona Au. Let me start on the note of the fact that from what I've seen this morning, given the fact that you called two persons who happens to be your competitor in terms of business, it means that you don't get fear at all. You don't get fear. I mean, you get fear. The people who first call, you don't get fear. But when I also see the arrangements on the high table, I can see that even the interim chairman is likely to donate some item to somebody who doesn't have everything that he has. But I don't think that donation has been, or the sharing spirit has been extended to the minority shareholders. I want to join Chief Akinlade that ordinarily, what I was expecting and would have expected Eterna to do is to try and make up for the MOT, not a member of your audit committee, because you had an MOT earlier this year. And that MOT, whether you want it or not, has also further depleted the float that you have as a company. And the reason I say this is one of the things that some of us have found as a player in the market, not too many boards understand that the most essential of the two parts are the minority shareholders. And if you don't understand it, then it's going to be a major challenge going forward. I'm happy that the first speaker talked about you looking at a dividend of 50 kobo. If I ask as a board, I don't think that you even put in place any dividend policy. But by special grace of God, He granting us life, we'll be testing that case. I'm not a lawyer, but I know that that's what lawyers like doing. We'll be testing that case when you come with your 2022 results, and the dividend that you'll be proposing to us will determine what exactly you have in mind. But I think that what you should have done, and I'm being honest, is that you will have made up for the gap in terms of the floats. But since you haven't done, since we also don't have the time, because what we only have is just tomorrow for us to be able to take a decision, maximum. And if we are going to do that, that itself may be a big challenge. But please and please, one major thing you must do, you must learn to be minority shareholders friendly. Yes, this is not an AGM, but it's important that we point it to you that even this board is not representative of our efforts. If we didn't put money, the chances are high that the people who sold to you would not have had a complete company to sell to you. Okay, so we'll be hoping that when you will be coming next year, even if you are not going to make an appointment, you'll be sharing with us the direction in which you'll be making in terms of minority representative. This for some of us is very key, and we'll be looking at what you're going to do. It's also on that note that I want to thank you for inviting us, because one of the options you also have is not to take any decision
and then we wait till 2023, and then we begin to gamble as to what exactly the regulators are going to do with us. But since you've done this, I'm sure everybody will be on the same page. And it's on that note that I also want to appeal to my fellow shareholders, given that it's a specific meeting. Let's try as much as possible to manage our time so we can also run home. Some persons already have their chicken because there's no salad and no goods. So the chicken don't run away before we get back home. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
We'll take the lady. We'll take the lady, and that will be all. We'll take the lady. And let us hear from a lady. After that, we'll go to I would make a few responses. And
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity given to me. My name is Mrs. Bisi Bakari, National Coordinator of Pragmatic Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to be very brief, but for me, it's my own view on this issue we are going to approve today. For me, I believe the board have taken a very good decision on Eterna Plc. Why am I saying this? I don't think it makes sense for companies that is not paying good dividend, and we want to add to our share capital, to our shares. How much is our shares at the market? How much dividend have we been paying? Do we want to add more to the shares that will turn our investment to toilet through? Because by the time we pay dividend bonus, of course, as a shareholder, I love bonus. But for a company like Eterna, I think the board have taken a very perfect decision by cancel the unissued share capital. Because if we, how much have we been paying as dividend in the previous years? By the time we had additional shares, are we going to start collecting 2 kobo, 3 kobo? Because our share capital is going to be wide. And I believe even the directors, those that are having million shares, of course, they too need bonus, like we need bonus. But I think the board has taken a very good decision on issue share capital, cancellation of on issue share capital. Once again, thank you very much for the opportunity given to me.
thank you very much. Every single observations, every single questions are well noted, very well noted. On the issue of bonus, the board had considered in depth the entire thing and found out that the best option would be the cancellation. Protect the interest of every shareholder and make sure that every investment that is made in Eterna Plc will be profitable to everyone that has invested. In fact, in Eterna, the investor is key. Thank you very much. I think at this stage we'll go. And Observation respect to the specific shares that are supposed to be cancelled. If you look at the resolution 1, it states there clearly, we're asking that 147,927,676 naira 50 kobo shares divided into 295,855,353 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each, bring the total number of unissued ordinary shares in the share can be cancelled. So that is stated clearly. It's stated very clearly in answer to your question. And let me observe that these things are worded for both laymen and unlaymen. Everybody is made clear for everyone to understand. And most of us here, we are laymen. Thank you, sir. So I think we should now go into the main business of the day. Thank you so much for your attention. Item number 1 of the agenda is that in compliance of Section 124 of the Company and Allied Matters Act 2020 and Regulation 13 of the Companies Regulations 2021, the shareholders hereby authorize and approve the cancellation of 147,927,676 naira 50 kobo divided into 95,855,353 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. Bring the total number of unissued shares, ordinary shares in the share capital of the company. Now, would someone please therefore move that in compliance with Section 124 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Regulation 13 of the Company Regulation 2021, the shareholders hereby authorize and approve the cancellation of the shares as stated therein.
Chairman, I'm here. I still move the motion. My name is Eke Chibuso Emmanuel. Thank you.
Someone please second the motion.
Chairman, I'm here as well. I, Makoju Olado Abdiyakin, I second the motion. Makoju Olado Abdiyakin.
May I now call on members to vote on the resolution by poll? I will hand over to registrars to conduct the poll. Hand over to registrar.
Thank you, Chairman. So we have on display our electronic voting instruction. We'll run through it so that we'll be guided appropriately. So an electronic voting device has been issued to shareholders eligible to vote. Each device has been activated and is ready for use. A resolution will be announced and the voting for the resolution will commence after the announcement. On the voting pad, 1 represents yes, 2 represents no, 3 represents abstain. Please press 1 for yes, press 2 for no, press 3 for abstain. Voting for a resolution commences and ends in 30 seconds. Voting results will be displayed immediately each voting session ends. Results will be displayed in shareholding percentage and unit holding. We'll have the first resolution up. The timer is up now. Please vote. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Voting has ended and we have 100% in favor of the resolution. And this translates to 809
Noted. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Item number 2 on the agenda is that the directors day. Please, some order, please. Thank you. Is that the directors will are hereby authorized to enter into and execute agreements, deeds, notices, relevant documents, professional parties, consultants and advisors as may be give such directions as will necessary extent and appoint such professional parties.
Hereby move as stated on the.
Can I please finish so that before you take it?
I. Okay.
Okay, go ahead and move, sir.
Chief Shotunde Shopeju, has moved as read by the chairman.
Thank you so much. Can we have a seconder, please?
Owolabi Peter, the seconder. I saw second. Owolabi Peter, I saw second.
Owolabi Peter, seconds. May I now call on members to vote on the resolution by polls, and I hand over to the registrar to conduct the poll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we have the resolution on display, and the timer is up. Please vote. The timer is up. Please vote. Sorry. Voting has ended, and we have 100% in favor of the resolution. And this translates to 819,665,000 units ordinary shares. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I declare the motion carried. Item number 3 on the agenda is pursuant to the cancellation of all the unissued shares in the share capital of the company in accordance to the resolution 1 above, plus 6 of the memorandum of organization of the company, be and is hereby deleted in its entirety and replaced with the following. The share capital of the company now is 652,072,323 naira 50 kobo divided into 1,304,144,647 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. Will somebody move in pursuant to this resolution? Let the mic be handed over to somebody to move. They said someone at, let's put someone in the middle there. You will move, sir. Let's put one in the middle, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Peter Eyanuku. I so do.
Give you the next one you will move. The next one. Okay, give it to her to second. Give it to her to second. Give it to her to second. So sorry, ma.
Thank you very much. My name is Mrs. Theo Obide. I so move. I so second. I second.
Please, can you say your name again? We didn't get your name again, please. Please give her the microphone so that we hear her.
Mrs. Theo Obide. I so second.
Thank you so much, ma. We are gender sensitive, man. May I now call on members to vote on the resolution by poll, and I hand over to registrars to conduct the poll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we have the resolution up. Timer is up. Please vote. The timer is up. Please vote. Voting has ended, and we have 100% in favor of the resolution. And this translates to 854,030,000 units ordinary shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I declare the motion carried. Item number 4 on the agenda is that pursuant to the cancellation of all the unissued shares in the share capital of the company in accordance with resolution 1 above, Article 3 of the Article of Association of the company be and is hereby deleted in its entirety and replaced by the following. The share capital of the company is 652,772,303 naira 50 kobo divided into 1,304,144,647 ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. Would someone please move accordingly? Let somebody on this right give to someone on this right, please. Someone on this right.
Thank you, Chairman. The name is Abayomi Adebayo. I move that motion because this board is a listening board. Thank you.
Can you please move to give someone at the back, extreme back, please? Extreme back, please. A lady at the back, thank you.
Thanks for recognizing me, sir. My Mojisola Oba, I rise to second that motion.
Thank you very much. May I now call on members to vote on the resolution by poll, and I'll hand over to the registrar to conduct the poll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have the resolution up and the timer too. Please vote. The timer is up. Please vote. Voting has ended, and we have 100% in favor of the resolution. And this translates to 819,750,000 ordinary shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I declare the motion carried. Item number 5 on the agenda is that the sections of the repealed CAMA 1990 cited in the memorandum and article of association of the company B and are hereby replaced with the relevant section in CAMA 2020. Would someone please therefore move that the sections of the repealed CAMA 1990 cited in the memo and be hereby replaced and relevant sections? Give to this man here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The name is Pastor William Adebayo. I rise to move that motion. Thank you.
Give to that youth there.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving the youth opportunity, sir. My name is Jibuno Godfrey Uche, the National Youth Leader Shareholder Association of Nigeria. I so second that motion.
May I now call on members to vote on the resolution by poll, and I hand over to the registrars to conduct the poll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll have the resolution on display now and the timer up. Please vote. Okay. Voting has ended, and we have 100% in favor of the resolution. This translates to 853,998,000 ordinary shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I declare the motion carried. Item number 6 on the agenda is that the directors be and are hereby authorized to do all such acts, deed, matters, and things as the board may deem necessary to give effect to the aforementioned resolution of the company. Would someone therefore move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to do all such acts? Let's give this man with the cap. This man with the cap, he has a
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think we have resolved our quarrel now. My name is Erin Folami Gafar. So, on behalf of shareholders, I move the motion to authorize you to do what you will do to favor us. Thank you.
Chairman, I'm also with a cap. So, I'm coming forward to say I second the motion with all pleasure. Bami Shile, no age. Abiola.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. May I now call on the members to vote on the resolution by poll, and I'll hand over to registrars to conduct the poll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The timer is on. Please vote. The timer is on. Please vote. Voting has ended, and we have 100% in favor of the resolution. This translates to 819,686,000 ordinary shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I declare the motion carried. Final item today. All acts carried out by the board of the company hitherto in connection with the above be and are hereby ratified. Would someone therefore move that all acts carried out by the board of the company hitherto in connection with the above be hereby ratified? Give to him. If I don't call your name, it will look as if I have a disagreement with you.
Chairman, thank you very much. The motions here have been signed, sealed, and delivered by the last resolution. My name is Ibekwe Roberts Adenoba. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Let's give to a lady somewhere at the back. Okay, give to the lady here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I second the motion. The name is Williams Grace Nwakego.
Thank you very much. May I now call on members to vote on the resolution by poll, and I hand over to registrar to conduct accordingly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The resolution is up and the timer too. Please vote. The timer is up. Please vote. Voting has ended, and we have 100% in favor of the resolution. This translates to 854,152,000 ordinary shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have now exhausted the formal business and have come to the end of this extraordinary general meeting of the company. I want to thank everyone for their contribution. I want to thank everybody for attending and for being here and for your support so far. And on behalf of the board of directors, I wish to thank you sincerely for your attendance and participation and wish you safe journey back to your respective homes. I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, that we are finished, and a very prosperous and glorious 2023. Can we please rise for national anthem?